Hello friends, family, and internet stranger, Stephanie here, and today we are back with another Crockpot Palooza video. This is part of the collab hosted by Tiffany over at Small Town 6 and Jessica Myros, which I'll have the playlist linked down below so you can check out all of the Crockpot videos. This is the second to last one for the year, started in August, going through to the end of the year. So this one, I've got a really tasty meal for you with one crockpot component and two side dishes that were so tasty. I am going to be making slow cooker pinto beans as well as some potatoes and a really tasty cornbread casserole. So let's get right into the beans. I like a soft bean, so I did soak these overnight, even though every recipe I saw said it wasn't necessary. And then I added to my 2 cups of dried beans that had been soaked and drained, some chicken bouillon powder, and this Goya Saison seasoning. And then I also had some onion, which was already chopped up in my fridge, so I added that in there. And then to this, I also added about half a package of diced ham. So that was about half a pound of diced ham. And then to that, I also added a bay leaf and a lot of water. Last time I had made these, I did not have enough water. And since I am out of the home for 10 hours while I'm at work, I didn't realize just how much water it was absorbing, even though I thought I had enough. So this time I went a little over. I ended up doing about 5.5 cups of water for those 2 cups of dried beans. Now, they were done when I got home. However, I really like a soft bean, so I did boil these for a few minutes afterwards. And then to thicken up that liquid a little bit, one of the tricks I've seen many YouTubers do on here, I smushed some of them up against the side and then made sure to incorporate all of that. And these beans were really tasty. And even though I only did 2 cups, this is lasting me a very long time. And then I did a little bit of a cornbread casserole. I had seen one on One Dish Kitchen that had bacon, onion, and garlic in it. So I am not making that exact recipe, although I will link that down below in case y'all want to see how they do that one. But I took some inspiration from that in doing a cornbread casserole that I had kind of done before. So I started out with bacon. I already had some bacon in the freezer. So I just chopped a little bit of it off of the frozen bacon, and it took no time at all for that to thaw when it was in those tiny pieces. The bacon didn't leave much grease though, so when I added my onions in, I realized I was also going to need a little bit of butter in there. So I added just a couple tablespoons of butter, stirred that all around, and then added my garlic. I was originally going to hold off on showing y'all this recipe until part of Vlogmas because I thought this would be a really tasty holiday side, but I wanted to add it into this video. So decided to do that, but y'all, Vlogmas starts tomorrow. I hope y'all will be watching. My content will be about 2/3 food content and about 1/3 of it will be more Christmas related activities and such. So I hope y'all are looking forward to that and will stick around and consider hitting that subscribe button just in case you haven't already. If you're new here, thanks so much for watching. I share cooking content, road trips, all sorts of fun stuff on this channel. So thank y'all for joining me. So for this cornbread casserole, I used Jiffy cornbread mix. I added 1 small can, the 8-ounce can of creamed corn, and then I added an egg, which I had already beaten before I put it in so it would incorporate a little bit better. And then I added my mixture of bacon, onion, garlic, and my cheese and stirred that all up, added it into a buttered dish. This is about halfway through the cooking time. I cooked this about the same as it says on the Jiffy package, so it was 400 for about 16 minutes or so, and the cheese I put on halfway through, and that was so tasty. I will be making that again for sure. Lastly in this video, I also wanted to do some potatoes. I still have some russet potatoes left that I had gotten a while back. So I parboiled them. I had chopped them up, and in salted water I started from cold water, brought it up to boiling, let it boil for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then stopped the cooking process after that. So I did not boil them all the way through. I let them finish cooking here in my pan. So I'm using that same pan that still has some of the butter and bacon grease in it from cooking the stuff for the cornbread casserole. So I am just adding more onion and more butter back into that same pan because I love onion. If you are new here, you will learn this very quickly. I put onion in pretty much everything. You can always leave it out if you're not a fan of onion but want to try some of the recipes that I do. So, moving my onion around in the pan, and then I am also going to add in my potatoes, and I'm going to season these with salt, pepper, and corruption seasoning. I've mentioned corruption seasoning on my channel before. I always link it down below. It's not sponsored. I just love that seasoning that I got on one of my road trips, and that is also always linked down below. The things I always have in my description box are going to be my road trip playlist, my Instant Pot playlist, and my What's for Dinner playlist. So if y'all are interested in those, I hope you'll check them out. So once I've got all of that cooking up nicely, I add my potatoes and seasoning in and cook it to my desired doneness. I'm not going to give you all an exact time, partially because I didn't pay attention to exactly how much time, and partially because everyone has different preferences when it comes to how soft or how done they like their food. And as long as it's not meat that has to be cooked to a certain temperature, y'all can cook your food to your preferred liking. I like my food soft, so I wanted it brown and soft, and I cooked it until it got to that perfect point. I hope y'all will try these out because these recipes were delicious. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and don't forget this was part of a collab, so there's a playlist linked in the description box below. Thanks so much to Tiffany and Jessica for hosting, and thanks to all of you for watching.